Are you struggling to get that high score you want in your IELTS writing? Well, listen, the problem might not be how many words you know, it's about which words you're using, and, maybe more importantly, how you're using them.
So, does this sound familiar? You've memorized all these long lists of impressive-sounding English words, but your writing score just isn't moving. You're not alone. It's an incredibly common frustration, and the fix is probably way simpler than you think.
Welcome to the Explainer by IELTS Guide Phil on YouTube. Over the next few minutes, we're going to unlock the vocabulary secrets that can seriously push your score into those higher bands. We'll be digging into specific, powerful words for all 5 of the essay types, and this is all based on expert analysis from IELTS Guide Phil. So, let's dive right in. First up, let's talk about the IELTS Vocabulary Challenge. You know, we really need to completely reframe how we think about vocabulary. The goal isn't just about collecting more and more words.
You see, here's the thing. IELTS writing isn't a numbers game. It's a game of precision. It is all about using the right words for the right kind of essay. That's what really makes an examiner sit up and take notice.
Okay, so let's kick things off with words that help you build really powerful arguments. These are perfect for opinion and discussion essays. You know, the ones where you have to take a clear stance or explore a couple of different viewpoints. All right, check out the word adamant. So instead of just saying, I strongly believe that, you could write, I am adamant that government should invest more in public transport. You could just feel the difference, right? It shows this incredible, unwavering conviction and adds a ton of weight to your point.
Now, for discussion essays, you've got to present different sides of an issue, and proponents is the perfect academic word to do that. For example, proponents of this view argue that it instantly lifts your tone from just conversational to something more formal and analytical. And of course, on the flip side, you have detractors. Using this word shows the examiner that you can handle the other side of the argument with the same level of sophistication. A high-scoring discussion essay, well, it always presents a balanced view.
So this really breaks it down for you. On one side, you've got your proponents, the supporters. On the other, you've got the detractors, the critics. Structuring your paragraphs with this kind of vocabulary, it's a huge flashing sign to the examiner that you are an organized, high-level writer. All right, moving on, let's look at vocabulary for analysis. Now, this is absolutely key for your problem/solution and your 2-part question essays, where your job is really to diagnose issues and explore their consequences. This one is a game changer. Instead of just saying a big problem, try using conundrum. See, a conundrum isn't just a problem. It's a confusing and difficult problem. This one word adds this whole new layer of depth and precision to your analysis. It shows you really get the complexity of the issue. And when you're proposing solutions, mitigate is just a fantastic verb to have in your toolbox. You don't always solve a problem completely, right? Sometimes you just reduce its negative effects. Mitigate expresses this idea perfectly, and it's exactly the kind of precise language that examiners are looking for. And when you're discussing the effects of something, ramification is such a powerful choice. It suggests these far-reaching, often complex consequences, which is so much more impactful than just saying results. Using it shows the examiner you understand the deep implications of whatever topic you're writing about. Okay, so you've got some new words, but how do you actually use them strategically? I mean, that's the real question, isn't it? And that's the perfect lead-in to our final section, Your Path to Success. So here are 3 golden rules from IELTS Guide Phil. First, you have to match your words to the essay type. That's the core idea of everything we've talked about. Second, vary your language. Please stop repeating good or bad. And third, always aim for precision. Choose the word that says exactly what you mean. Mastering these 3 tips, this right here is the difference between a Band 6 and a Band 8. And believe it or not, what we've just covered is really just the tip of the iceberg. For the full list of 100 essential words, you've got to head over to the blog post at IELTSGuidePhil.com. You can also watch a lot more video explainers right here on this channel and join the Facebook community for some great tips and support. All the links for that are waiting for you down in the description. And hey, if you're looking for that personal touch to really speed up your progress, IELTS Guide Phil offers online writing and speaking coaching. To get more details on that, all you have to do is leave a comment on this explainer. So I've got a challenge for you. Let's make this practical right now. Take one word we talked about today: adamant, conundrum, mitigate, ramification. Which one are you going to master first? Let us know in the comments below.